Kelsey, is there anything else you can do here? You're sitting there like a queen carrying a flag and I got a
You can
scarf
hold her.
on and a
Here, you can put
microphone
it in your
in your
pocket if
hand.
you want to.
Oh, that's
Can
fine.
you interview everybody?
Well, we're here at the College Green Park and between College Street and Washington Street. And we're about ready to start the Gay Pride Parade. We are um, sitting here in one of the newest taxi services in Iowa City, a bike powered taxi service. I'm here as an out elderly citizen lesbian,
Thank you so much.
and here beside me is a woman from the senior center, lives in Coralville, and here as an ally. We're marching with the senior citizen center contingent. There are people walking. There are four of us in these taxi cabs, Joe and I, and behind us, Michael and John, a couple who have been together for years and years and years and years, have now been able to legalize that as other committed couples, and they're having a celebration tomorrow. So it's been a bit. It will be a busy weekend for them here at the parade, and then tomorrow celebrating with lots and lots of friends to celebrate the right of all of us who are committed couples to get married. And I could go talk with people. Oh, I could just ask.
I don't know. Other than this is my first experience in this parade, and I am very happy that we're having such a big turnout, and especially the senior centers.
And you have, throughout your work life and in your neighborhood, you have known gays and lesbians.
Yes, I've got very good friends that are gays and lesbians, and I cherish them very much, as I do all my friends.
Thank you, Joe. So, Louis, could we interview you for a moment here
Oh my
about the
goodness,
gay
yes.
pride?
My goodness, absolutely.
Here, here we have Louis DeGracio, who has taught many classes up at the Senior Center and is here today with the Senior Center contingent.
And I'm proud to be here. That's actually the first gay pride parade I've been in. I saw the one, didn't actually march in it, but saw the huge one in Toronto. And my son is in the gay pride parade in New York every year. Yeah, and he is part of, I'm not sure if you know about this group called Broadway Bears. Broadway Bears is a benefit for AIDS, and it's been going now for I think 13 or 14 years. And it's celebrities and other people doing all sorts of stuff in the parade. And they have a huge book now out, and my son is also in that. So I'm glad to be a part of this.
And Louis teaches a number of classes at the center on diversity, all kinds of diversity, age, racial, sexual minorities, the gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender groups, and religious minorities and all kinds of things.
Yes, the senior center has been a marvelous thing in my life. I was a professor of religion most of my life, all of my life really, and then retired, but discovered this magnificent senior center where I have another classroom and students who are every bit as sharp and bright as the ones I had in college.
Right. And just like in college, when members up at the senior center find a good professor, they take his course session after session after session. I have taken some, and I recommend them. Thanks. Thanks for.
You're welcome. Good to see you, Elsie.
Okay.
All right.
Here we have one of the co-professors who works with Louis.
Hello,
And introduce yourself here to the group.
I'm Diane Day. I'm the one that runs the microphone during class.
Okay. And as I said, she is there in these classes with Louis, and one of the topics is always diversity, session after session. And you're here with the Senior Center group?
Absolutely. I'm proud that we're in the parade today.
Okay. Thank you. And now let's get back over here. Thank you. And introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Carrie Malone, and I am so proud to be here today. My daughter is the one running around giving everybody flags, and I've marched in lots of these parades, and I am so grateful that the Senior Center is participating this year. And thank you all for coming.
And we'll try to get Bridget Malone here after a while. If we're, oh, she's right over. We'll get to her in just a minute.
No, Elsie, thank you. We'll pass.
Okay. How about you?
What are we doing? For Senior Center today?
Yeah.
Oh, so
We're talking.
just about the event?
Yeah, well, Elsie will just ask you a couple questions.
Oh, you're interviewing.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So this is a pride parade for gays and lesbians, bisexual people, transgendered people, and allies. And you're here from the Senior Center, right?
Yes, but I would have come as an individual regardless. I think it's just a great idea. And I think everybody should be proud of themselves regardless of whatever.
That as you see the population, people are not that different.
Well, everybody's got the same needs, I think. And in my experience, people are people. And they deserve what they want to have.
That's what the clergy that I have interviewed for my program have told me, that love is a pretty precious thing, and we ought to celebrate it for whatever couple finds it. Thank you. We'll go and talk with some more crew here.
Our own Barbara Walters.
I didn't get your name.
Vicky.
Vicky.
Victoria. Queen Victoria.
Ah, yes. I will call you Your Majesty next time.
All
I see
right.
you.
I like that.
Who we got here?
There's Elsie. Good morning, Elsie.
Can we have an interview?
An interview. Okay, what is the interview for?
The interview's for Neighbors and Friends, my program up at the Senior Center TV
Okay.
studio.
Sure.
And we're here at the Gay Pride Parade. You can see by the color of the shirt that Todd is a crew member.
That's right.
And would you have any other thing to tell our audience?
It's not 95 degrees for the first time in like a century, so it's wonderful. We had a wonderful patio party last night, which was a benefit for the parks of Iowa City, particularly after our flood last year, when we virtually had nothing for Pride. And that's when we actually started the fundraiser. And so that was very fun. We'll have the parade today. We'll have a rally at the Capitol, which will be extra special because of the gay marriage that was affirmed by the Supreme Court. And then we will have a great big sort of party, eat a lot, drink a lot of drinks, vendors, everything, games up at Upper City Park.
Okay, thanks, Todd. And we're grateful for the parks of Iowa City and grateful for the shade trees that were not blown down in that tornado a few years ago. Okay.
You might also want to talk to we have a Cedar Rapids group here. I don't believe they're having their Pride this year simply because of all the flood problems and the recovery. Cedar Rapids, they're right there holding that sort of swooping thing.
Okay, we'll get
Yeah.
there.
The first two chapters
chapters, I was tears like this.
So,
It scared the life out of me.
is this, what's a good view?
Cedar Rapids?
Yes.
We want Elspeth to
Okay.
say hello.
Okay, we're here from the Senior Center TV studio. I have a program, it goes on local cable, Neighbors and Friends. Many of our neighbors and friends, of course, are from the gay and lesbian transgender community. And we're proud to have you here joining us today.
Thank you.
And would you want to identify some of yourselves or tell us why you're here?
I'm Mark Grover. Actually, I live here in Iowa City, but I belong to the GLRC of Cedar Rapids for the past 3 years just because I have friends that have been on the board, so I've served on the board. I'm also getting more involved with things here in Iowa City, so it's good to be here.
So you're with both groups, and of course,
Yes,
the cohesion is what we're all after.
exactly. Yes.
Hello, I'm Reverend Tom Capo of People's Church Unitarian Universalist in Cedar Rapids. I'm here to support everybody. And I may even get to carry some of this flag here. So I'm really happy about that.
Right, thank you.
Hi, I'm John Karn, and I'm also from Cedar Rapids and with the Cedar Rapids Gay and Lesbian Resource Center. And we're working together with the folks in Iowa City on Corridor Pride this year. So we hope to expand that even more to include the whole corridor even more next year.
I'm Robin Voorhees, and I'm with the member of the GLRC board, and I'm just here to help support and get the word out for all of us to have unity and harmony. Thank you.
I'm Kathy Williams. I'm from Cedar Rapids. I'm Robin's partner, and I'm here helping to carry the banner for the GLRC. And we're hoping to looks like we're going to have a good turnout today. So glad you guys are here too.
Okay. I love the shirts you girls have on, Live, Love, and Be. And you notice my little pin, all means all, which is something we're using in the denomination I belong to. And I'm very happy we have a pastor here. The pastors I interviewed on my show a few months ago, I asked them if they had groups in their denomination, and they said no, everybody is just a member. And that was from the United Church of Christ and the rabbi here from Gudis Hakim. And I'll get around to interviewing more pastors. I'll keep you in mind.
Pardon me?
I may call you someday to interview.
Okay, oops, time to go.
We have to get to our spot.
Okay.
Walk and look pretty. All right. Are we getting ready to go?
Yeah.
Okay. We can't leave you behind.
The Human Rights Campaign has a little movie out that talks about the change that we need. And the change doesn't just happen. It's up to us to make the change. Here's a article about educators who fail their gay students. Imagine being a lesbian, gay, bisexual, or transgender teenager who loves singing in the school chorus. Now imagine that experience being spoiled by a thoughtless, homophobic adult. the music teacher who ought to be striving for harmony. Okay? My choir teacher constantly makes gay jokes, a 12th grade Latino student reported in a new national study. And he doesn't realize that he makes it so uncomfortable for us because it's choir. There's a large LGBT community in choir, and he sits there and cracks gay jokes all the time. In his groundbreaking report, Shared Differences, the Gay, Lesbian, and Straight Education Network captures what school feels like for America's lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, minority youth. The survey results paint a grim picture of kids so hardened to anti-gay remarks, shoving or worse, that they don't even bother reporting the abusive incidences to a school official or to a parent. These students rarely read about LGBT people in their textbooks, nor do they learn about gay history or contemporary gay people in class. What they too often learn firsthand is that school is a place where they can expect to be hurt, emotionally or physically, or both. The predictable but sad result is that many of these kids skip classes and see their grades drop. The Education Network has found that the best antidote is to make sure schools have gay-straight student clubs, LGBT supportive officials and textbooks, and anti-harassment policies that clearly include sexual orientation and gender identity. So, change can only come about by people making change. We invite all of the people listening in the audience, the 90% who are heterosexual, the 10% who are lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender. Make the changes so people can stop being hurt, shoved, pushed around, insulted, and killed. There's a hate crime. I've got the figures here. A hate crime every 6 minutes, and 1 out of 6 hate crimes are done against LGBT people. Cite the case of a man who was beaten to death. All the while they were beating him, they were making Latino slurs and insults. They were making gay slurs and insults. And what had happened? It was a cold night. This man and his brother had been walking down the street arm in arm. Don't jump to conclusions. 2 men walking arm in arm aren't necessarily gay, and even if they are, they don't deserve to be beaten to death. But we must open our minds, we must open our hearts. We must stop killing our brothers and sisters. We must stop insulting our teenagers. Life is hard enough as a teenager. Growing up is hard. Don't make it harder. There are conferences held in many places for lesbians, gays, bisexual people, transgender people, a minority of a minority. And the conferences also are for the parents, other relatives, friendly clergy people who want to support and encourage and be open to and help make the changes that we talk about. There is a United Methodist Conference for LGBT people and their allies. It will be in Denver this fall. There is a conference for Catholics. It's being held in San Francisco. And I certainly encourage any Catholic out there who has no encouragement, no support at all from his or her church, and the parents of gays and lesbians who are Catholic, seek out a conference like this, because it will give you the strength to go on, and the strength to talk with your priests and your bishops. And until we talk to our structural leaders, we won't have change within our churches or synagogues or mosques. And we won't, until we talk to our civic leaders, we won't have change there either. We need change in both places. And there are other websites. The Lutherans have their conferences, Baptists, and the Episcopal Church has a wonderful website. I know I've never personally met Bishop Gene Robinson, but his comment is that he's the first openly out gay bishop. When he came back from Lambeth Conference in England last year, he said, "I'm so glad to be home where I can be out. The only difference between me and other places is that I'm an out bishop. There are a lot of gay bishops. There's a lot of gay clergy. Let's not shut our hearts to them. Every institution that I know, whether it's Catholic, United Methodist, Lutheran, Baptist, United Church of Christ, of course, they're already affirming of gay people. But every religious institution I know of is short on seminary-trained clergy. So let the gay people be your clergy. There are many wonderful gay people called of God, whether they're Christian, Jewish, Muslim. Open your hearts. We're here. We're happy to serve.
Elsie's ready with her mic. She's gonna. Are you gonna speak right away?
I'm not a speaker.
You got your mic ready.
I have a TV show.
Oh, wonderful,
On
Elsie.
cable.
That's great.
Yeah.
That is great. What's all this with the neighborhood, with the senior center?
Well, there's one staff. Most the staff up there are very gay friendly.
Yeah.
And conscious of the fact they want the gay and lesbian people in the community.
Right.
To come and
absolutely
join
use
all the
center.
activities.
You bet.
Yeah.
I'm so glad they're here today. It's great.
And they're going to have a table out at the
City Park?
Right.
Good, great. Well, let's go up, Bob, and find out if we can. We're going to try to find out who's doing the speaking right away, Elsie. We were going to go up and talk to them
Okay.
and find out what the agenda is for this morning.
Okay.
And then I know there's a lot of people going to City Park this afternoon. I sure do. This is just a great day. I'm Mary Masher, state rep from Iowa City, and we're just so excited about all of the festivities and the excitement and the energy and the fact that Iowa has been pretty amazing in our ability to get something accomplished, even though it was through the court systems. I think it's going to stay, and I think it's going to stay solid. So I'm excited about that, and just glad that we've got a lot of people celebrating those marriages this summer. I've been, somebody had laughed. They said, "Gosh, they're draining my checkbook." I've got all of these invitations to weddings that I didn't have before, and it's like now it's like I'm going to have to kind of recheck what I'm giving donations to otherwise, but we got one today. Diane Finnerty and Jill Jack are getting married, and so we're kind of excited about that this afternoon and celebrating their union. And being able to recognize it by the state of Iowa. So, Elsie, I'm so glad you're here, and I'm glad the Senior Center is a part of this today. It was great to see their banner, and I think this is a first. I don't believe I've ever seen them in the parade before or participating. So I was really glad to see that, and I think that's a great testimonial to Iowa City. So thank you for what you're doing. We appreciate that immensely.
Well, thank you for what you do, too.
Oh, you're very, very welcome.
Because people need allies,
Yeah,
friends and
absolutely.
allies.
Well, and we can't do it alone. We always think about that we don't have any one of us alone can't accomplish it. It's got to be a joint effort. And that's what this is all about today, and being able to continue the cause. So just excited about it. Thank you. And I don't know if Bob wants to get on the mic here.
You got it covered.
Oh, Bob. Bob. That's not like him being shy.
You said everything.
Okay. Thank
Well,
you.
we're going to head up. We'll see you, Elsie.
Okay,
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Bob, what's you up on that?
What's that?
Would you care to join our interview?
Oh, sure. What's that? Join their interview? Sure.
Sure. Lambda Legal, that's an interesting group. You live here in Iowa City.
No, we live in Cedar Rapids.
Oh, yeah, but this was a joint effort.
Right, yes.
So, we have a program that we show on cable here in Iowa City.
Uh-huh.
And as soon as I can learn how to blog it, it'll be on the computer.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Would you introduce yourselves and say something about why you're here today?
Well, I'm Trish Varnum, and this is Kate Varnum. Hi. We're here today to celebrate the fact that we're able to get married now in Iowa. And being part of that, along with Lambda Legal, was one of the best things that we've ever done.
It's been such a great celebration, and I look forward to celebrating the rest of the day. It's a wonderful day. It's a beautiful time to be an Iowan.
It makes us proud to be Iowans,
Yes,
right?
it is. Absolutely.
You'll be out at the park this afternoon?
Yes, we will. Yeah, we're going to go to the festival after this is done. So,
Thank you.
thank you.
And here we have some more Lambda Legal people. So they're out in force.